Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Fitness for the Kingdom podcast. I am, of course, Jared Pedroza, your dashing and debonair host. I am joined today for a great episode. I've been looking forward to this episode for a while. It took some logistics to work it out, especially being in person. We're not on Zoom this time. I have got Scott Pineda and Ashley Thornton here with me. Now, I have to give you a little background on these guys. First of all, I'm letting Scott hold my belt. Yeah, whoa.
Your belt?
You know you lost the belt to me, brother, when you were sitting in my chair number 3. Check my Instagram. You know it's true.
It's not even posted.
I posted it to my Insta.
In your story?
Oh, that's right. I did just post it in my story. I will post it after this to both the Fitness for the Kingdom and my personal one, because I know Scott and Ashley from the gym, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to have them on here. One, they have some incredible stories to share, and about fitness, about life, just in general. And number two, and I'm gonna brag on you two for a minute. I went through a really difficult time when I went through my weight loss journey, and when I lost that initial weight, I was in a really dark place. And I've written about this. I don't like to harp on it, but when I went through that, there were two people that I could absolutely always count on to be there and be supportive and always listen when I was in some of my darkest moments, and that was Scott and Ashley. And we have become really good friends. We hang out, we go and do comedy sports together, we post silly stories of me kicking Scott out of chair number 3, for those of you that watch chair number 3. But they are two of the best people that I have ever met in my life, and it is honestly my honor to have them here in my home today to have this discussion. So, welcome. We gave them the grand tour. For those of you that don't know, we do have a bar in the basement of my house. And admit it, it's a cool bar.
It's really cool.
I'm excited for that part.
So we have this bar in the basement. When we bought the house, the lady was like, "Now, are y'all Mormons?" And my wife was, "Yeah, we are." She's like, "Well, I had a lot of people that didn't want to buy the house because it has a bar." My wife's like, "A bar? We have to own this house. Are you kidding me? We can have ice cream socials and root beer socials." And then with Dad having the winery, of course, we also have a little cache of wine downstairs for those who'd like to come over and try it. The address is on the internet. I'm sure you can find it.
Or in the yellow pages.
In the yellow pages, just look up Fitness for the Kingdom Bar. But anyway, it's nice to have you guys over. Thank you for joining me, and again, thank you for being there when I had a really difficult time, and we've had a lot of fun together. Especially Scott. Let's start with you. A couple of questions I have for you. I want to start off first of all. How I should tell the listener, all one of you. Hi, Mom. That Scott is a member. Are you a member of the IWF? Is that what it is? IWE? IITYWYGMAQ, which is, if I tell you, will you give me a quarter?
We're just going to scratch all that and let me do it.
Okay.
First off, thank you, Jared, for having us. I appreciate it. Second, I am one half of the tag team champions of IWR.
IWR, thank you. Tag team champions. So what's the name of your tag team team?
Como la Flor.
Como la Flor. Now, for those of you that don't speak flawless Spanish, like Scott, that means like the flower. Como la Flor. Not like como la arena, which would be like the flower, F-L-O-U-R. This is F-L-O-W-E-R. And Scott, you as a wrestler have kind of a unique look. Also, tell us your wrestling name so everybody can go out and look you up online.
So my wrestling name is Jagger Lane.
Okay. And how did you come up with that name? Is it because you've got those moves like Jagger?
I hear that one a lot. But the crazy thing is, some WWE people that work for WWE now gave me the name.
Okay. And so just Jagger Lane. I like that. Now, let's talk about how you found wrestling, because you've told me a bit of your story, how you went through some difficult times, and I'd like to share that story if you're comfortable sharing that story. Just, how did you find your way into wrestling, and what has it meant in your life that you're able to do that?
So back in the day, I was a bad drug addict. I went and just kept on doing everything that I could possibly get my hands on. And then my dad turned around and found a pro wrestling school that opened, which was Steve Gatorwolf's school. After Steve Gatorwolf met up with me, my dad took me to his school. They both put me into drug rehab with my father and James Iona and Steve Gatorwolf. Once I was in rehab, I got myself cleaned up. After I got cleaned up, I was allowed to start participating in becoming a pro wrestler.
Nice. And what do you remember about that first wrestling match that, your first time? I know there's a lot of training that leads up to that. Like, how long are you in training to become a professional wrestler?
That really depends on who can actually nail the spots and get everything down. So a lot of people can get into it quickly and learn everything, and a lot of other people can't get into it quickly, so it depends on the person. But my first ever opportunity with it, I had to learn everything from the outside like they do in Mexico. So I learned how to hit the ground on mats, and it hurt. So now I can go to Walmart and just fall and just sue them, and they'd never even know.
Well, now you can't because you said it on the podcast.
Now it's on the internet.
Your Honor, we'd like to introduce into evidence this is Scott Pineda talking on a podcast. Only 3 people saw it, but we happened to watch it, and he was saying he could just pretend to fall, and he could. So anyway, now you can't.
No, you can't.
Or get in a car accident and just pretend that I'm hurt.
No, you can't.
I'm in my 50s now. I don't even have to pretend. I just go to bed on a comfortable mattress, wake up the next morning like, was I in a car wreck? What happened to me?
I'm so used to getting beat up now that it's just insane. But
okay, but that's apart from Ashley. How about let's talk about wrestling.
That is part of wrestling.
It's our first time kicking
the
our
crazy
butt.
thing
Yes.
is, I had the opportunity to do my first ever show. It was called the squash match, which the other opponent beats me up, and I only have like 2 offense spots. And my first show was with John Cena in Vernal, Utah.
Oh, wow. So was this when he was already pretty famous? Was he just starting out?
He was barely starting out. He was actually called the Prototype back in the day.
I like that. So he was the prototype John Cena.
Yes.
Before he became John Cena.
You can't see me.
I would like to see him someday, but I can't see him.
Nobody can ever see
can
him.
ever see
He's
him.
invisible.
It's like trying to fight Chuck Norris, So that's cool, though. I love stories about when people meet like famous people before they're famous. I have a guy I worked with that was telling us one day that there was a comedian he met down in Provo at Johnny B's when it was Johnny B's, and that he had finished his set and he got off stage and they were chatting, and he was a big guy but pretty young, and he didn't have anywhere to go. He didn't have bus money to get back to where he wanted to be, but he didn't really want to go home. So they're like, well, come and stay with us. And he ended up staying with them for like a year, and it became like a launch pad for him to go to LA or to Vegas and do all these shows. And he's like, and we never really knew what happened to him until one day we turned on Johnny Carson, and there he was. It was Louis Anderson. And I'm like, shut up. You did not know Louis Anderson. And he's like, all right, I got you. The next day he brings in like 30 years worth of Christmas cards from Louis Anderson saying, happy Christmas, thanks for letting me crash on your couch all those years ago. So I just take everybody at face value. If you told me you met King Kong Bundy, I would believe it. Or, any of that.
That's never happened, but that'd be cool.
That is another thing that I love about Scott. Whenever he comes up to me, he's like, okay, you're old, so you know the old-time wrestlers. and I do know the old-time wrestlers because I was really into the World Wrestling Federation and all that back in the day. But so you wrestled that first wrestling match, and now you're part of a tag team. And let's discuss the elephant in the room, which is the belt. Talk to me about the belt. What does it take to win a tag team belt? How long do you keep it? Do you have to give it back when you win? Which is a question I know our listener wants to know.
So
Mom
the crazy
wants to
thing
know.
Mom
is,
wants to know.
there was a big journey before this belt even came across anything. I never even had this belt. This belt just barely came to me maybe about 4 months ago. So this is all new. So there's a big journey in this where I was back and forth wrestling different promotions. So I've been back and forth with other companies before IWR. Once I had the opportunity with IWR, I guess the company loved what they saw about me and decided, hey, we're going to give this guy an opportunity. I had an opportunity to win the tag team title, and I appreciate the company's respect to believe in me, because not many people did.
That's cool. Let's give a shout out to IWR, because honestly, I follow. If you don't follow them on Instagram and all the socials, you need to, because it's a really cool social media presence. You get to watch people throw other people around and slam them to the mat, and it's pretty cool.
We're like a mini WWE to a mini TNA to an AEW, but it's very incredible.
I believe we'll call it mini WWE.
No, mini IWR.
Mini IWR, there you go. So, how long have you been wrestling? How long ago was that first match?
So I've been wrestling for 27 years.
I know, ladies, it's hard to believe that would mean he started wrestling when he was -4, but
I started when I was 19 years old.
19, all right, and you've been wrestling for 27 years.
Yes.
That is cool. How? Let's talk a little bit about the physical fitness you have to have as a wrestler, because I know people talked about Andre the Giant, and I remember seeing stuff where it was talking about him and when he was on set for The Princess Bride, how he had real trouble with his joints and had issues with walking and things like that. It's a physical sport, and I don't think people realize. You get all the people who are like, "Oh, that's wrestling. It's totally fake." Yeah, maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but they're still jumping off the turnbuckles. They're still slamming into the mats, and that takes a physicality. Can you speak to that a little bit? What do you do to train for these matches?
I can tell you there's going to be a lot of nay haters out there that are going to actually tell you that it's fake, or that you suck, or that you're good, or that they're better than you, or whatever. But in all reality, it takes a lot of steps just to even get there. And I mean, until you can do it like I'm doing it, then you have no place to talk, because it takes a lot to actually get in that ring, because we're falling on board still and a thin piece of mat which has small little padding. Other than that, until you step in there, I don't want to hear it. It's not trampoline.
It's not like a springboard everybody
I can
thinks.
actually vouch for that, because I got in the ring when I went and saw you wrestling in Orem one time. And with La Lucha, and that I expected it to be springy, like a trampoline. It is not.
It is not.
You hit that off the turnbuckle, that's gonna hurt. So are all your knees original? Are they still the original knees?
I've had surgery twice, but other than that, I am actually 100%. 100%. So I am literally, I can get beat up the next day, and I can wake up and go straight to the gym like I've not even been inside the ring. I know how to take care of my body the right way. I learned properly what to do and how to perform in the ring properly. So it just depends on the worker and how crazy you want to be.
Yeah, it's kind of like being a stunt person in movies. They do these crazy things, or Tom Cruise, I guess, in movies. They do these crazy things, and they've been trained how to do them safely. And so I think that's there's a level of respect that has to be there, one, for the physicality, because I've seen the effort that goes into that, and two, for being able to know how to do it in a way that's going to be safe, not just for you, but also for the person that you're in the ring with. I've seen videos of you with what's his name that hit you with the chair?
Juicy.
With Juicy, where he hit you with a chair, and I'm thinking, how did that not knock you unconscious? And it's because you know how to do those things safely.
Yes.
And that's.
Don't try this at home.
Yeah, don't try that at home.
No,
although I'm a child of the '80s, we were trying it at home. Hey Matt, get up on the top of your bunk beds, jump off, and knock me into the toy box. That would be totally cool. 3 days later, when I can feel my legs again, I'm like, maybe we shouldn't do that anymore. What's my name? But yeah, so it's very physical, and that's how we met at the gym, and I see your training. I see the training you put in, the hours you put in, which is. It's something that people, I think, don't necessarily realize about just any job you do. You have to put in the time to prepare yourself to be able to do that job when the time comes. And it's true for wrestling, it's true for software engineering. There's a lot of effort before you get the success. Right now we're doing the effort to hopefully get the success with the podcast. But Ashley, we want to come to you for just a minute. Now, I should tell everybody, Ashley said she was really nervous to be on the podcast.
Very
so
nervous.
Everybody be really nice to Ashley. Put lots of comments about how awesome Ashley is.
Follow the podcast.
Yes, follow the podcast, ring the bell, subscribe, like, follow, all of that. But first things first that we have to talk to Ashley about, we talked about your belt. We have to talk about Ashley's t-shirt. So, I don't know if you can see it very well on the camera, but it says Muscle Mommy, and then it's approved, and it's like a stamp. And I have this t-shirt. I know that several people have the t-shirt. If there's one thing about Ashley and Scott, they have a lot of t-shirt ideas.
We have a lot of ideas. I think it comes from being ADHD. There's just always something in our minds. Always.
Now, you studied graphic design, which kind of helps with getting the t-shirts put together and stuff like that. But now you work at the gym that we work out at, and I won't mention any names because I don't want people stalking you at the gym.
Oh, we can say it if you want to.
They already do.
It's the Planet Fitness in beautiful downtown Provo, Utah, where chair number 3 resides. But just know that if you want to try and stalk Ashley, you're going to have to deal with Scott, me, and about 38 other people that will kick your trash.
Or more.
Or more. Yeah.
And we also have security.
Yeah, and frankly, I'm a little scared of Ashley. Because I've seen the way Scott acts with Ashley, and he's terrified of her. Don't let him tell you any different. She can take him in a fair fight, and she can even take him when he doesn't fight fair. And he doesn't fight fair. I've seen him wrestle. But anyway, Ashley, talk to us a little bit about your journey. First of all, how did you and Scott meet? Where did you guys meet up, and how did that happen?
So it goes back to wrestling. He knew my cousin, and he was selling one of his shirts to my aunt. And I was sick, and he's like, "Oh man, you are absolutely beautiful," and I'm on the bed like dead. And never gave him a shot. A couple months go by, and he's selling another shirt to my grandma now, and he's with his fro, and he's 400 plus pounds, and I was like, man, I like this guy. I'm gonna date that guy, and we've been together since.
It's kind of hard not to like him.
He's a great guy.
If you saw Scott coming towards you on a darkened street in the middle of the night, it would scare the devil out of you. But Scott is the nicest guy you will ever meet, and honestly, Scott would give you what's left of his shirt off his back.
Yeah, I'm nice until you piss me off.
Yes, that.
Never get on his bad side.
Never get on his bad side. But so you met Scott, and now you have 2 kids.
We have 2 kids, yeah.
An awesome daughter who is super talented in dance and things like that.
Yeah.
And I want to talk a little bit about my hero, my favorite part of your tag team, and that's Mr. Lyric. Lyric is their son. He has special needs, and we've bought T-shirts as fundraisers. He's been through so much, and Here's my thing. I kind of know a lot of people who have children with special needs. My wife had a sister who was special needs growing up, and who spent most of her time in an assisted living facility because her parents just didn't have the physical ability to care for her. And I know the amount of strength that it takes to have a special needs child. And I see the way Ashley and Scott care for Lyric. I have never once seen them look at him as a burden. I only see them look at him as a blessing. And that to me speaks of, we talk about heart, might, mind, and strength. That is a character of a person who has a mighty soul. So tell me a little bit about Lyric. What's his condition called? And how has that affected, your lives?
So Lyric has Dravet syndrome. It is a form of epilepsy. He also is autistic and globally delayed. So although he's 9, sorry, this one's rough, and I told you I would talk about anything. Yep. I'm an open book. He's 9, and he's got more of a mindset of a 2-year-old. So with Dravet syndrome, the autism. He's globally delayed. He's got epilepsy that is lifetime and genetic. Do you want to kind of take this one over?
So this is the kid that was never supposed to make it. He was pronounced dead several times. He's been in comas. He's our miracle child. Every time he's in the hospital, the doctors say that this might be the last time we ever get a chance. Well, with the power of God and the power of prayer, we've proven the world wrong, and no matter how many naysayers there are out there, we're going to keep on showing the world that he has a fighting chance with everybody else that's fighting a battle, because this kid has changed our lives and other people's lives, and he's made a big improvement to be showing us what parenting is, and to be better people and appreciate life for what it is, not for all this stupid stuff that's going on in the world. We can actually appreciate it by being given a high five, a hug, a walk, picking them up.
Really just shows you to appreciate the small things in life, like, again, a high five, a hug, just something simple that most of us take for granted day to day.
Or the people that get upset just because you tell them hi. And he absolutely loves telling you hi. He's the most light kid out there that will light you up.
I think he's the true definition of fit for a kingdom.
Yeah.
He's got so much might and strength, and like Scott said, they didn't think he was going to make it past 3, and here he is now 9, and finally approved for surgery next week.
Yeah.
Our miracle child.
Yeah, he absolutely is, and I absolutely I love coming over every time I've been over to your every time I've been over to your apartment, every time I've interacted with Lyric, you leave feeling stronger. He recharges your battery, and I know as parents
sometimes we feel drained.
Kids drain your battery.
Well, being a special needs parent is so much more draining. But again, back to the gratitude and the strength.
Yeah, and he's still here.
He's still here.
And still loves monster trucks.
Still loves monster trucks.
Loves monster trucks. Loves wrestling. Post Malone.
Teddy Swims. Music. His name's Lyric, and that's the way he's learning is just
Winnie the Pooh
songs.
So this is a question that I've had for a long time, and now that I have friends that I'm comfortable with, I want to get it out there. I want to get this information out to the world. What can I do as a friend of someone who has a special needs child to help recharge your batteries, to help take some of that, I don't want to say burden because it's not really a burden, it's to take some of that pressure, to help you just get through the days. I mean, obviously, my bubbling and bright personality, but other than that, what are some ways that people might not realize can be a help to a parent of a special needs child?
From what I've felt on our personal journey and some things I've read online, just researching the condition, asking how, not even just asking, like just showing up. Hey, I thought of you. I thought maybe you would need a dinner or a ride, or just someone who thinks about us to like come over and be on the podcast, just little things. I don't know what Scott's take is on this, but just thinking of us is
a big thing.
Huge. Yeah.
So my opinion on that is there's no gift in this world that anybody could ever give me to show me that, besides their support and their friendship and understanding what that child is going through, whether it's my child or somebody else's child, and to understand the difference and realize that not everybody in this world, when they say that they're okay, they're really not okay. Every one of us goes through an issue, but a lot of us put on a front to actually not say that we're really going through something because they don't want the world to see what they're really going through.
Yeah, and I will say this, sometimes from my perspective, I've had to just kind of show up without being asked. I think a lot of times, and I think this is just a general human thing. I don't think it's specific to, parents or anything. It's just we as humans don't like to ask for help. I don't know if it's not that it's perceived as weakness, but it's just we don't like to ask for help. And so sometimes, you just have to show up. You have to, show up with an Amazon gift card or a Walmart gift card, and just
showing
say,
up to help us move.
or I mean, it can be anything, and it's from the opposite side of that. I think sometimes you think, no, I don't want to embarrass them. I don't want to feel like I'm adding to their burden or that they're beholden to me. But you want to show up for your friend.
Just show up, yeah.
And being a friend is a big thing. Simon Sinek, one of my favorite authors and presenters, talks about needing, it's like 7 minutes, and he has a friend that went through some really deep stuff and dark stuff, and he said, "Why didn't you call me?" And they said, "Well, I did." "Well, what do you mean?" "Well, I sent you that text last week." "Well, hey, do you want to hang out?" "Well, that doesn't tell me that you're needing me." And so they've found that you just need 7 minutes with another person to really help them feel better. So he'll say things like, "Hey, do you have 7 minutes you can give me?" And I think
like that
we keep it that way, keep it I just need 7 minutes. I just need a hug. I just need somebody to care. It doesn't even have to be, you don't have to solve anything for me. I just need to know that I'm not alone in this.
Yes.
Well, the rest of the world thinks that they're always busy no matter what they're doing, because they think that they're always successful and better than everyone else. No one in this world has the time to realize that you're not that busy. If you take a few seconds out of your time to show somebody in this world that you do care, you'll make a big difference.
Yeah. It goes back to just anything that you do. When I went through, the weight loss journey,
I was there for all that.
Yeah. Scott and Ashley were there with Big Jared.
And
you were the first person I was really talking
really
to when I
sexy
first
as a Big
started
Jared.
that job over there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you were like one of my first friends over there.
Yeah, and I had just started coming down to that location because I went to the Orem location first because it was closer to my office. But I had to take responsibility for.
Can we interview the interviewer?
Yeah, go ahead.
What got you going on your?
It was the job loss. That one started the weight loss in a very bad way. That was when I lost that 50 pounds in like a month, 3 weeks to a month. Walking, I went for walks because I was depressed and sad and I didn't want to be on this planet anymore. I have the story about my stuffed tiger. I don't know if you guys saw him when I gave you the tour. He's still down in my office sitting on my next to my keyboard.
We're going to have to go back to go see that.
But having you there, having somebody to show up for at the gym was such a blessing to me. To have somebody that when I walked in went, Scott would walk up to me and be like, "Hey," and you were there at the desk, and I know you have to, but you'd say hi. And, you'd make sure that I was doing okay. You'd ask if I was, how's it going today? It wasn't just that perfunctory thing.
Good morning.
It was
the robotic.
Yeah, you actually cared, and that's one thing. When I left my review of the Planet Fitness in beautiful downtown Provo, Utah, I said
on chair number 3.
I said that the facility was pretty average, for a Planet Fitness. It had some nice things. It had some things that weren't nice. I said, but the thing that made it 5 stars was the people working there. And you are 5-star people, both of you. 5 out of 5. You're 6 out of 5-star people, as far as I'm concerned.
I thought it was your number 1, though.
No, you're my chair number 3. But it is. We have to take I had to take responsibility and say, okay, now I know I can lose weight. Yeah. Let's do it in a healthy way. And it's been a journey ever since to build muscle, to build strength. And
to pick people up.
Yeah, to have those conversations now with people that I see in the gym who are where I was.
That's kind of where my journey is going. And
and if you're not following Ashley, she posts like all the time. Religiously on her Instagram and Facebook. Go out and watch her content. She will keep you motivated to show up for yourself. But be careful, because if you do follow Ashley, she will trick you into believing in yourself, believing you can do anything, and being able to put up with people like Scott.
And then you'll end up having to buy a Muscle Mommy shirt.
Yes, and then you have to earn the Muscle Mommy shirt first before
that's
you
kind
can
of
buy
an
one.
earned shirt.
Yeah, you gotta pay the dues
You gotta
to get
pay
the
the dues,
Muscle
yeah.
Mommy shirt, but you gotta pay the dues to
gotta-
get the Muscle Mommy shirt. Yeah. Scott, you made a shirt, and it's one of my favorite shirts. I love the sentiment behind it. It was a fundraiser for Lyric that says, "I'll see you at the top. The bottom is too crowded." And I noticed that a lot of times people view people with special needs, whether it's the Army vet who came back from Afghanistan with wounds, or a child that's born with spina bifida, or whatever it is. They look at them as being beneath the regular humankind, as it were, the quote unquote perfect people, the ones who don't have any disabilities. But we all know we all have disabilities. But I love the idea that people who are special needs or who have disabilities, really, they're not beneath anyone. They're at the top. There's too many people at the bottom.
They're at the highest.
Yeah.
They've already got their spot in the kingdom. Like, they're the highest of the high.
And you see that in Lyric's eyes.
Oh.
There is an unconditional love in Lyric's eyes that you just don't see. And it's not just Lyric, it's people with special needs especially.
They light up.
Yeah, they the only other time I've seen it, and I bring this up just because it's something that I love, because I speak some different languages. I speak Spanish, I speak some French, and I like to know a few phrases in a lot of languages. Because when you speak to someone in their native language, when you're in their country or they're in yours, they light up. And it's that same look that you see when someone with special needs like Lyric sees you. He lights up. He's so excited to see you and to share the love that he has inside of him. And as difficult as it is to be parents of special needs children, first of all, I want you to know how much I respect you and appreciate that you do that for him. You show up for him. And I should also point this out. The way you interact with your daughter is really special too, because sometimes, as a sibling of a special needs brother or sister, it can be hard to feel seen. And I always see you making deliberate moves to make sure she feels seen, and that she's not second to him, though she might have to sometimes take a back seat when something's going on, that she's not less because of him. So
one thing I've noticed about our daughter is she's very supportive. When we need her there to help us, she's right there. She knows how to do the rescue kit. She knows how to take care of Lyric. So her support for that is incredible.
She's always wanted to be a doctor, but now she wants to focus more on people with Lyric's condition. She's like, I want to help people like my brother. So our daughter, she's amazing, and I'm gonna have to show her this when the podcast comes out,
because we're very blessed to have her.
We're very proud, and we love her so much.
Yeah, all my interactions with her, she's just as
She's a
awesome
great
as
kid,
Lyric,
yeah.
just in a different way.
Yeah.
Honestly, she reminds me a lot of the two of you. And
Yes.
She's a very giving person.
Way too giving sometimes, but she's really incredible.
Yeah. You guys, your story is amazing, and it's something that I wanted to share with the world, because it comes back to, it's not about religion. It's not about, I'm Catholic, you're a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and that's way too long. We got to cut it back to Mormon again. I'm a Buddhist. My sister was on, and she's really embraced a lot of Buddhism and Zen, and it's not about that. It's about the fact that we're all living a shared experience.
For the first time.
Yeah.
We only get one shot at this.
Yep. And if we help each other rather than hinder each other, we're going to end up in a better place. Absolutely. As a group, as a collective. So.
Yeah.
So tell me anything else you want to share? Anything that came to your mind while we were talking about wrestling, about the fitness journey you're on? Let's actually talk a little bit about that.
So the fitness journey just kind of came again back to him. He was going to Planet Norum. We don't mention them, though.
Their chair number 3 is trash. It's trash.
No, I love that gym.
Yeah, the gym's fine, but their chair number 3 is trash.
But yeah, after we had Autumn, he started taking me to the gym. Hey, do you want to come to the gym with me? And I was like, yeah, this was fun. And didn't really start getting into it. I wasn't, muscle mommy at the time. Until a little after Lyric was born. And I was like, man, we've got a special needs child. We're in this for life now. We've now really got to take care of ourselves. And even Muscle Mommy just kind of came off as a joke, but that I want to gear more towards the moms out there or the dads out there. Just you're not alone, and we got to take care of ourselves, and we got to show up.
Yeah, and you show up every day. I mean, not every day. None of us show up every day. But when I get to the gym, it's crazy to me. When I would get up at 4 and be to the gym by like 4:30, 5 o'clock, you two were already there. You're like in the middle of your workout. You're like, hey, what's going on, bro? Good to see you. I got 14 more sets. And then I'll go, and that was Ashley.
Whoa.
But you were always there showing up and putting in the work. And you can tell. You can tell that you enjoy it.
Yeah.
Especially with your content.
Yeah.
I was going to say the Muscle Mommy actually came from wrestling as well, which is kind of weird that it actually collabed.
Yeah.
How so?
What's
the story?
His promoter, I was at a show, and at the end of the show, the promoter goes, "Was that Muscle Mommy approved?" And I was like, "Oh, now I've got to run with this."
Yeah.
Kind of brand off of this, and kind of branch my fitness off of this, and the shirt's kind of taken off, and there's so many people who are like, "Oh, I love that." And
you remember, if you'd like a copy of the shirt, if you'd like a shirt, just send a DM to Ashley T Fitness.
Ashley T13.
Ashley T13.
They are limited.
They are limited edition t-shirts. And just send her a DM, and they'll get you hooked.
I think this kind of goes back to what you were saying, just showing up, and but then kind of just getting outside of ourselves and showing other people, hey, I did it, you can do it.
Yeah.
And you're not alone in this journey. And also, this is our body. Like, we get one chance. Like, we need to show up for ourselves because this is our home.
Yeah, and now, does Lyric have any kind of dietary restrictions that you have to cook around?
They say keto works best for epilepsy, but we've tried that, and he's still having seizures and the medication, and it's genetic and it's all over the brain. So
Yeah. So, talk to me a little bit about...
His favorite food is pizza right now, and cottage cheese.
Pizza and cottage
hot
cheese.
dogs.
And, the breakfast corn dogs, specifically the pancake ones.
The pancakes
Yeah.
with the waffle
he could
inside.
eat those
Yeah,
like
but with
for
ranch.
nothing.
The sausage inside.
Oh,
But
Yeah.
with ranch.
With ranch
ranch.
and ketchup.
Hey, I am not going to say anything. I have an aunt, I'm looking at you, Aunt Marie. When she was pregnant with her kids, she would eat roast beef
Okay.
with whipped cream.
That's a choice.
Yeah, I'm going to have a slice of this here roast beef and put some whipped cream on there, and we'll just...
What was your wife's...
With our first, so my wife detested McDonald's. She did not like McDonald's at all.
Don't blame her.
She craved quarter pounders, no cheese, with our son Christopher. And then with our middle daughter, it was like chips and salsa. And I don't remember what it was with our youngest. I don't know that she craved anything really weird with our youngest, but yeah, she was like, one night she was like, "Can you give me a quarter pounder with no cheese?" I'm like, "Really? You hate McDonald's?" She's like, "I need it. Go get it for me." I'm like, "Yes, dear, I'll go." Yeah, that's a learning curve. Having being married and having your first kid. I remember one time I walked in the house and she was sitting on the couch. The AC was on full. The cat was frozen in the corner because it was so cold in the house. And the dishes weren't done and the clothes weren't folded. And I was young and incredibly stupid. I can own this. I walked in and I said, "Wow, what did you even do today?"
Oh,
And
I'm
she
surprised
looked
you're
at
still
me-
alive.
Well, she looked at me. She goes, "I made a lung from scratch.
What did you do today?
Okay, I'm gonna go do the dishes, and then I'm gonna fold these clothes, and then would you like a foot rub? Because I'm sorry, that does sound difficult. And I learned, you learn to be a better husband to your wife, and if you're in a long-term relationship, you gotta learn to make those changes to at least survive.
At least.
And my wife, for those of you that don't know, my wife is 4 feet 11 inches tall, and so her pronouns are oompa, loompa, doompity, and doo.
And get her on the midget shows.
No, she's not quite short enough. She can't even get the handicap plate, so we don't get the good parking spots. But so she's 4'11", and I'm 6 feet tall. I'm terrified of my wife. She can take me in a fair fight. Same thing. I learned that lesson early. But yeah, so I want to thank you guys for being here. We're coming up. So I've worked in computer programming management for a long time, so I always feel like I should say, we're coming up on our time box here, so we're going to have to end this stand-up meeting.
We could talk all day.
Yeah, we could. We could. There's so much to talk about. I may have to have you guys back on, like, individually, and we'll
Round
talk.
two.
Round two.
Ding, ding. We'll have to have somebody, walk
dive.
around with the sign.
Oh,
round two.
That's another story.
Oh yeah, she got offered to be a ring girl.
A ring girl. And now
Oh no, we're not stopping the podcast now. I want to hear this story.
So a lot of stuff happens in wrestling that she's been a part of, but hasn't done it yet.
So ring girl.
Yeah, Lucha Project.
Referee.
Shout out Aden.
Referee?
Yeah, they want me to be a ring girl at the rave show. Brad, IWR, says you should come do
promos
for Muscle Mommy.
I mean, I'm just saying that's good.
I guess I might be the next wrestler.
There's no bad publicity. And again, I think you'd make a good wrestler. I think you could take some of the
Muscle Mommy.
Yeah, Muscle Mommy. Yeah.
A little spin-off of Ray Ripley.
Yeah, there you go. Well, guys, this has been so much fun. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having
drop
us.
your
Thank
socials.
you for having
let's
us.
Drop your socials.
Ashley T13 on Insta.
Facebook.
Ashley Thornton.
And TikTok.
I don't have TikTok. I found out our daughter had TikTok, and that's another story,
Dun,
another
dun,
day.
dun.
Dun dun dun.
And Scott, drop your socials.
Just Jagger Lane on Instagram.
Okay, and definitely drop them a follow. Scott, what have you got coming up as far as wrestling? What are some events coming up that you want to plug for my mom to go to?
For mom to go
So
to.
I have 2 events in Heber on the 29th and 30th. Then
Music Fest.
I have a couple more in September in Harriman. And then I have the big one on September 19th.
Okay, and are those available at the IWR website that they can go check them out? Or are they Lucha?
Follow my page, and they're all IWR.
Follow Scott's page, check him
Or
out on
IWR.
IWR, and guys, go watch the show. It's the most fun you will ever have in the history of ever. So anyway, thank you for being here so much.
Thank you for having
It has
us.
been
Thank
awesome.
you for having us.
Any final words of wisdom, or are we good to go?
Go lift.
Go lift.
Go
Show
lift.
up for yourself.
Show up for yourself.
All right. Thanks, everybody, and have a wonderful day.